King James Version of the Bible, Zechariah chapter 5. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth.
Okay, I'm going to read this book. This is called The UFO Cover-Up. What the Government Won't Say. Dr. J. Allen Hynek. Okay, I'm just going to go right into it because I want to tell y'all about another book. Alright, this is just showing y'all that there is proof that these chariots exist. This is page 151. Okay, I'm going to drop down to right here. This is what I want. Yeah. It says here, the next report is a classic flying saucer report by an airline crew dated July 4th, 1947. This is back in 1947. It says interview report, subject, interviews with United Airlines pilots. Now these are dignified people, right? This is who reported seeing flying discs. Smith was interviewed at 1500 July 9th, 1947 concerning the flying disc. 1500 is 3 o'clock, that's military time. Alright, and stated substantially as follows. We left Boise, Idaho at 2304 Pacific Standard Time at approximately 23:15. The co-pilot called my attention to the first object seen. We were then in the vicinity of Emmett, Idaho. Our altitude was approximately 6,500. See, these guys know what they're talking about. They're giving you altitude, times, area, latitude. They're giving you all of this stuff. It says, and we were climbing to our proposed cruising altitude of 8,000 from there to Pendleton, Oregon. It says the heading of the plane at the time was 300 degrees magnetic north, and the object was sighted at approximately 290 degrees or 10 degrees to our left. Then an additional object, let me see. It says then an additional 4 objects appeared to the left of the main or first object. These 4 objects appeared slightly smaller than the first object sighted, but all of the objects appeared on the same plane. I estimated the altitude of the objects to be about 8,500. Okay, they were within our sight for approximately 2 minutes. Then they disappeared. See these chariots? They come in and they disappear. That's what they do. Shortly after the first group disappeared, probably 1 or 2 minutes later, the second group appeared about 310 degrees, or to the right of the plane. Their altitude was the same as the first group. 3 of the objects appeared to be on the same plane, and 1 object appeared slightly higher to the right of the others. The second group stayed within our sight 12 to 15 minutes, then disappeared. We had leveled off by the time the second group disappeared. So these angels be playing in the sky. They be playing up there. Alright? Esau can't get away with nothing. Alright? The Most High is looking at everything. Everything, alright? Everything is recorded. It says here, the objects were flat on the base. The top slightly rough in contour. The dimensions appear the same as a DC-8. DC-8 is a big airplane. Approximately, so it looks similar to that. But these angels, see, they could ship shape. Those ships, they could shift shape. Okay? It says approximately 5 miles from us. In other words, it could have been 90 miles away. When I say shift shape, when you read Ezekiel, the first chapter, those things be changing. It says that the spirit was within it. So if the spirit is within it, it can change. Okay? Whatever they imagine they could do. That's where we're not there yet. Remember when you read the story about Christ in the last chapter of Mark, remember how he was able to change his look? He could change his look. I gotta get that because y'all brothers and sisters don't believe me. Let me get it. I believe it was Mark 16. You know, that's for those who believe without sin. Here's this is Mark, the 1611 Bible, chapter 16, verse 12. After that he appeared in another form unto two of them as they walked and went into the country. Now how could he come in another form? Because he had spiritual powers. That's what y'all brothers lack faith in. We're going to have faith. When you have faith, you can do all things. We haven't tapped into that yet, but we will. All right. So over here we got the pilots. It says the objects were flat on the base. So it starts going deeper into it. So this whole book is a good book. It just talks about all these chariots playing with these U.S. pilots in these different other countries. Talks about the times and the discrepancies and all of this stuff, you know. So it goes into it. But don't let me hold you up. I'm gonna go right into the book that I want to bring out. Like I said, this book is called The UFO Cover-Up. It's called by Lawrence Fawcett and Barry J. Greenwood. It was actually written by Dr. J. Allen Hynek. He did the research. So there you have it. Okay, Israel, I'm about to come out with another video, like the UFO video. Brother's been asking me to do another one. This book is called The Threat. Alright, by David M. Jacobs, PhD. It says, revealing the secret alien agenda. Now, we know there is no such thing. We know that there are angels in the heavens. Okay, so I'm just going to go right into this because I got about 2 pages to read for you brothers and sisters. I'm going to page 230, and there's a lot of chapters in this book that's far-fetched. So, you know, I'm kind of just picking through it. This one links up with the scriptures. This is called Preventing Destruction. And I'm just going to jump on down to right here. It says, they can bring about a happy ending to the horror. Patty Lane had this experience. Now she's about to tell you about the destruction coming. Okay, it says, and they said that they needed some parts, some things from me, and that it would help everyone on the planet. They said that there are going to be some bad things that are going to happen. They gave me some pretty vivid images. And I sat on the chair, and they put this scope on my head. They said that there are going to be some bad things that are going to happen. They told me terrible things would happen to the earth, and that it would just blow up, and cities would crumble, and mountains would fall, and the sun would be black. Isn't this what the prophet saw? When you look at Isaiah chapter 13, or Isaiah, I believe it's chapter 6, talks about that. It says, and they said that it's bad because people can't stop being greedy. Who are those people? There's only one people on the face of the planet who are greedy. That's the Edomites. They take everything and devour it. And they said that it's bad because people can't stop being greedy. Read Habakkuk chapter 2. I'm not going to be going back and forth with the scriptures. It's pretty late. It's about 1:30 in the morning. It's just on my mind. And so I'm just going to go right into it. It says, and that they were doing something to help us. And I don't know how. I couldn't make the connection how putting something into my stomach would help us. Now, I remember what the Most High told Ezekiel, eat this whole roll. You go into Ezekiel chapter 3, verse 1. He says, eat this whole roll. The stomach is not your stomach in your bowels, okay? The stomach is your head. That's your brain, the belly. Alright, so when you eat, the scriptures is going where? Right into your brain. Comida means food in the Latin. Right? So that's what we're doing. Comida also means in the English comedy. That's where you get the word comedy from. Alright? You go to a comedy show to listen, learn, and laugh. So you're feeding yourself. Okay? So it's talking about not your stomach, your bowels. It's talking about your mind. Okay, it says, for Terry Matthews, the catastrophe scene ended with happy hybrids strolling in a peaceful setting. These are the 144,000 hybrids. For the aliens directed her attention to a screen on which she saw a large explosion. So that's a future setting. She's looking at what's going to happen. Strolling in a peaceful setting, that's Israel. It says, it looks like a mushroom cloud from the top. That's what it looked like. Is it Earth or some other planet? Because she's looking at a screen and she's not really understanding what she's seeing. I'm going to drop down here. It says, I don't know. I could just see the bomb, just the explosion. It was real brilliant and puffs of white cloud. And I know it wasn't in my head. It was up on the screen. What else do you see up there as you sit there? For a minute, I thought I saw armies and crashed planes. This is the war that's coming. Armies like foot soldiers marching forward. And I saw a crashed plane, and then I saw a field with nothing growing in it. Not even weeds. Just bare. Just saw a little girl with puffy cheeks standing next to a wall. She looks very poor, looking very angry and lonely. It was just a flash image though. It was very fast. It's talking about that war that's coming. These images aren't very long. Okay. Do you hear any sound with them? I don't think so. Although with the explosion at the beginning, I almost felt the vibration of it, even though it was just an image. It startled me, though, so it might have been just my adrenaline. When you go into the Apocrypha and you read 2nd Ezra, when Ezra saw the same thing, he said, who will save me in that day, Lord? You know, in the regeneration. Who will save me in that day, Lord? That's what he said. He's standing with the Most High talking about who's going to save me in that day. Alright, it says, I don't know, but I don't hear any sound. I feel like I hear a gray talking in his, not talking. Thinking, kind of like voice over. What is the gray sort of thinking, or can you get a sense of that? Yeah, but it sounds hokey. Like, this is going to happen. That's not the words. Inevitable. That's the word I hear. That's the way it translates. And I feel like I'm watching propaganda. I feel like it's like when you're a kid and they threaten, you better be good or Santa Claus won't bring you anything, That's the feel of it. But I don't know what they want from me. I don't know why they want me to see this. What's the next image you see up there? I was real fast. The first one was like as far as the eye could see. It was barren and dead, Not dead people, just dead earth, I guess. Dead soil, no trees, no buildings. And then all of a sudden, I started to see pretty fields, flowers, and hybrids. What are the hybrids doing? The scene looks happy. Okay, these are the 144,000. Remember the Most High said in 1 Corinthians chapter 15 that we'll all be changed in the twinkling of an eye. Why? We're going to get those new bodies. Okay? The hybrids are happy, well, contented, or I feel a nice day. What are they doing? Walking. Everybody's moving kind of slowly and peacefully, even the children. It looks like and laughs, an alien greeting card. That's what it looks like. It's propaganda. I know it is. This person can't believe what they're saying. Just like it's a garden of some kind. Garden of Eden. That's where we're going back to. Our homeland in Israel. It says, it reminds me of the way they're walking in pairs very slowly. Like they're having a leisurely Sunday afternoon. Like it's perfect or something. It's like a very huge garden that goes on and on and on. This is going to be our land when we get back. Okay. During Allison Reed's 5-day abduction, she witnessed many scenes of devastation. The aliens told her that during a future period of human strife, they would intercede and save us from ourselves. Save who? The Israelites. Roxanne Ziegler's experience ended with optimism. She saw army people in uniforms, and then there was an explosion. And then I see a bomb going off. It's like a mushroom. It's kind of like everything is like turning black and white. And the color is all gone. It's like sheer desolation. And a raging fire, trees burn, and animals running. When you watch that movie with Nicolas Cage, what was that? I forget the name of it. Anyhow, on that movie, it shows that happening. The little boy has a dream, and that's what it shows. Nicolas Cage, I forget the movie. It'll come to me. People with like black blistered skin, kind of nothingness, just smoldering, and everything's all quiet and still black and white. The sun is coming out, and a vague whiteness is like covering the land. There's like something I've heard before. What's that? It's like all wells that ends well. It's like there's this voice coming out of the sky. It's the Most High. And the brightness envelopes the earth. That's our prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come. Where? On earth. Alright, that's what that sound is. I'll start at the top. It's like all wells that ends well. It's like there's this voice coming out of the sky, and this brightness envelopes the earth. And the darkness is going away. And the desolation is going away. And the grass is growing, and there's some butterflies that are coming out. Ecclesiastes 3 talks about there's no new thing under the sun. Everything comes back. And the flowers are growing. And it's like humanist beings. It's almost like angelic figures around, and all in light. And the people are moving around and doing all kinds of things. And people are smiling again. Everybody looks healthy and strong. And children are playing games outside. It's going into Isaiah chapter 8. Talks about the child will play with the adder, the snakes, you know. This is the animal looks content. And it says the child will play with the cockroaches. You know, when you read Isaiah chapter 8 and 11. It says the animals look content, and the forest is green. There are ships, lots of ships. What ships? The chariots. And all these people are coming out of the ships. What people are coming out of these ships? You Israelites. That's who's coming out of these ships. Alright? The Negroes, Latinos, and American Indians of Negroid descent. All different shades of brown. Okay? It says it's like people are greeting each other, and they're kind of like, okay, back to business, so to speak, you know? Like, we're going to follow the Most High now. There are a lot of ships arriving, and people are coming out from the ships, almost as if some of them had been here before. That's what we say when we're out there speaking. Some of these spirits been here before. It's like they've been away a while, but it's like they're coming home. See that? I got one more page to read. This book is pretty good in some areas. It says, it's page 234. When they come out of the ships, how do they look? Do they look just like normal people? Let's read. Let's see if it's going to say green people, okay? Alright. It says, they're not wearing the same clothes that we wear. Why? Because we're going to have the law, statutes, commandments covering us, and Most High going to give us a new robe. They're coming out with like luminous cloth. See that? But there are different colors, like all different races. See? We come in different shades of brown. They're taking these beings too. And it's like they're showing them around. It's like there's no fear of them or anything. I get the feeling, though, that these, the ones that are still look alien. They still can't live here. Talking about the angels and the chariots. You know, they can't live on the earth. They're celestial beings. I guess they can stay for short periods of time. Then they have to at least go to their ships or something. But there are parts of them that are with us because they have all these other people that are a mixture. That's the 144,000. They're going to have spiritual powers. Things won't go back the way they were. Things will be better. There will be a lot of different technology, and people can utilize their gifts, people will learn to get along better. At least these people here will get along. It says, there is more respect for the earth and all that's living, and there is more love and acceptance, more opportunity to realize good potential. The screen is fading. The person who standing beside me seems to be saying that, don't worry, it won't be so bad as it looks. We just had to test your emotions. What emotions? That's going through all those tribulations here in America. Alright? We were participating in the sufferings of Christ here in America. It says there will be changes and it won't be so bad. What changes? Learning the law, statutes, and commandments. A lot of our people are going to have a hard time changing, but they'll change. It says they are not causing the changes to take place on the earth, but something is coming. He says that we need them. They have to make people like them that can survive in our society. We need what they have to offer. In other words, we might have an awful time trying to recover, and their being here will make things easier for us not to be afraid. Now he says something is coming. Does he say what's coming or not? He says it'll be made clear as time goes by. He says what they are doing is necessary. It has to be done. And they're not trying to hurt us in any way. But some of the things may hurt. They try to take away the pain. They try to make the memories go. Because the memories give us trouble here with the people. And it's not time yet, but eventually all will be alright. It'll all become clear. So that's what this book is about. Just telling you what's coming in the future days concerning the Holy Bible, 1611, alright? And you can match everything that I read there in the scriptures. Because the prophecies tell you the same thing. Alright? So with that,